Well, hello and welcome everybody. This Chaos here, and I got a build to show for Path of Exile. I think, why not? There was some people interested in my build, and I thought, well, maybe I'll just showcase it on the internet. Who knows? First um, warning, I'm not that great at editing or anything, so this is gonna be unedited, and my computer kind of sucks for recording, so probably a lot of frames loss. But yeah, yeah. So up to the build. We are a CI Templar Hierophant Essence Drain. And you might ask why. Because it's fun, because Contagion is a lot bigger as Hierophant. And that's mainly because of this passive. Illuminated Devotion. So gems in your gloves have 20% increased AoE, which is pretty nice for Contagion. And that was the main concept behind it. Also, I wanted to use this new chest called Skin of the Loyal, and works pretty good. The main reason it's pretty good for this build is because we get a lot of base ES, and ES scaling is pretty good in this build. So if we go back to the passive tree, you can see that we get 25% of our maximum mana as extra maximum energy shield. This is approximately 400 something base ES, which is pretty good. And that's one of our main defenses. So as you can see on the passive tree, I went through this before, and I thought like these 5% ES nodes are not even worth it, and I need strength in the build anyway, so I went through here and got that. For leveling, I went live, and then I respec out of these live guys, but go through here, which is pretty nice attack speed and movement speed. You just get basically the jewels. You need some reduced mana reservation. This is mainly because we're running Blasphemy, Temp Chains, Grace, and Discipline, which requires some reservation. We're doing double curse here, Temp Chains and Vulnerability. Vulnerability is from our flask, Witchfire, which probably a lot of people already know. And we grab ES. We go through the mana nodes because for Templar Hierophant we actually get ES from mana, so it's pretty efficient. However, I tried taking these very efficient mana nodes like 8 and 25% and this two like 5 plus 22% increase maximum mana, but at this point the base mana actually is worse than a 6% increased maximum energy shields. So yeah, that happens. But we travel here, we grab the jewels. For our jewels we mainly focus on triple damage mods and some fourth whatever mod, and basically spell damage and other stuff. We also strength and dex is pretty good for stat requirements, so you don't have to spend that many points. So I only have 1 point here spent in extra dex, and I don't need extra. That's mainly because we have dex on gear. We have here on gloves a good chunk of dex and resists. But further on with the passive tree, we go typical CI. We also grab the flask effect because that's pretty fucking good. We go through the area. This is mainly because we focus on a lot of area. Before I took all the area nodes, but it's kinda overkill if you take them all. It's not really necessary. We get a lot of area from our base things. So I just can show you, this is the base area we have. It's pretty fucking huge already. And recently I also bought the Dying Sun. And with Undying Sun it gets ridiculous area with Contagion, and this spreads out and it's so good clear speed. And yeah, it's really good in that sense. And that's, I think, the main strength from this build is also the mass amount of clear speed. But yeah, you grab just typical jewels, and I grabbed this. I'm like level 93 now, so not really sure what to grab anymore. So I just grabbed random shit. So far, I was thinking of taking out these points on the next level and then getting this jewel here for extra damage. But elemental damage sucks. Further on, we grab extra jewel here. The increased maximum mana is actually useful for our build. So also, like, people do energy from within and take this nodes and this nodes. But I don't think it's really worth it, to be honest. Like, energy from within is no damage, and you need a lot of damage in this build, to be honest, for it to work, because you're not a cultist, so you miss 20% more damage. Furthermore, we are CI, so we grab the more ES. As you can see, we have 11,000 base ES. Grab extra reduce mana, increase effect of auras. It's also pretty good. Grab damage, ES, damage, damage. Yeah, typical Essence Drain build. Furthermore, so the auras we use, like these are the stats without any buffs or anything. With evasion, like and armor. With 1000 armor and 1000 evasion baseline, and then we use grace, and then bam, 11k evasion. That is pretty good. That's why I really like the new chest, the Skin of the Loyal. We use discipline and we use temporal chains. And as you can see, we have a big chunk of ES, 14k. This is mainly because I bought some expensive gear lately. Before it was 11k ES. It's also fine. It works fine. But onto the gear. A very nice stuff that Skin of the Loyal allows you to do is use armor rolls and evasion rolls. They get 100% increased global defense, affects armor and evasion, so you get 1000 armor from only this belt. It's pretty nice. We use Consuming Dark. This is also mainly because we use Abyssal Cry as well. This Abyssal Cry is only used for like nasty packs. If you want to spawn like beyond packs, or if you are in a nasty rift, you can just do one Abyssal Cry and then the whole screen is clean. Kills everything instantly. It's pretty nice. Like, important stuff is the helm. I crafted this for myself. With increased contagion radius, this makes it more AoE, 12% more AoE. Pretty nice. It's not a cheap build. Well, at the moment it's not a cheap build. You can start it cheap if you want, but we used Ayas Chayula for stun immunity. We got some nice ring with ES and resists because we are pretty low on resists. We got the MV crafted ring with chaos damage, max resist. We got the gloves, which I showed maybe after, with just 200 ES and some resistant dex for requirements. But here on the gloves you have the 20% increased AoE. So we use Abyssal Cry, Void Manipulation. This is because Void Manipulation double dips on Abyssal Cry, on the initial damage and then on the poison as well. Because with Consuming Dark, our Abyssal Cry poisons enemies. That's why Consuming Dark is pretty good for the build. And increased AoE, and then Contagion. And we have massive Abyssal Cry and massive Contagion, especially when we have Dying Sun up. It's just the whole screen just explodes. And this I like very much for party play, is Abyssal Cry is so strong for party play. But yeah. That's for another time. For boots we just have high ES with some resists. No movement speed because we use Whirling Blades for moving around. Meta, boys, meta. Let's see here with fast attacks, whirling blades, fortify, the typical cookie cutter stuff. For shield, I found this. I was using a 500 ES shield for a very long time. It was like 1x ult or something. But I found this insane increased spell damage shield 500 ES. Pretty good find. Best find I've had in a long time. But for links here we use like Temp Chains, Blasphemy. We got here Flame Dash. On the helm we have Vol Discipline, which is just nice defense emergency button. Lighten is not even necessary, just because too much money to spend. And lucky Volorb. Discipline level 21 and Grace level 21. I bought these. I just min-maxed character, you know. That's how it goes. When you are this late in the content, like we're level 93 and 43% in, and yeah, min-maxing at max level. That's when you have fun with the build. And our boots who have increased duration, spell totem, which I need to vol orb. I forgot to vol orb this guy. And nothing. So increase the race spell totem, wither, and fast casting. And damn it. And I think that was it. For flasks we need freeze immunity and bleed immunity. So using basalt with bleed immunity and granite with freeze immunity. You see how powerful granites and jade flasks are in this build? Like, it's like 9,000 armor from using a flask, which doesn't even have armor roll on it. We're using Dying Sun for the clear speed. This is not necessary, but makes it extra fun. Sorrow of the Divine is just extra regen. It's like 900 regen. And yeah, it's just increased damage. It's just generally good. Witchfire Brew is for the just vulnerability, aura curse, and increased damage, because if you pop these two together we have 52k essence drain damage. Pretty sick. And also, just to remind you, we also have this talent here, Pursuit of Faith, 4% increased damage per enemy you killed recently. That goes up to like 80% damage. And then you get sick essence drain damage, which is really nice for clear speed, because normally you just essence drain a normal guy and it spreads to everything else. And then the rare enemies normally are tankier, but because you killed so many enemies with essence drain, then you get all the damage bonus from this ascendancy, that it just kills it faster, kills the rares really fast because of it. Yeah, I think that was all there is to know for the build. It's let me know if you want some gameplay as well. The video is pretty laggy, but that's why I'm not recording gameplay right now, because probably 0 FPS. But yeah, that was Chaos, and I'm out.